What's up, y'all? It's your boy C coming back at you with another episode of C's Retro Garage. Coming to you from outer space in the free state of Florida. Here to tackle the sputtering issue on this 2014 Buick Encore. You guys know my daily driver. Should be the same for all Buick Encores as well as Chevy Sonics, Cruises, Buick Veranos, and Chevy Trax. So, we're going to jump in, see what's up. Alright, this is a very frustrating issue for those that have it, simply because no trouble codes ever come up. So, to quote the great aunt on Wheeler Dealers, all cars have three basic principles: suck, bang, and blow. So remember, they gotta suck air, they gotta bang in the cylinders, and then blow out of the tailpipe. Okay, so we already know these three common principles. Problem with this issue is no codes. You assume it might be a fuel pump, but a fuel pump should give you a code. Bad fuel filter, which I hate to tell you guys, it's in the fuel tank along with the fuel pump, isn't going to produce this. So then you go up the chain from the blow part backwards and the catalytic converter. Well, the cat should definitely throw up a check engine light if it was clogged. So that's probably not it. So then you come back up the chain down to the turbo. Now, I'm not a huge turbo expert. I don't know much about them. Other than, what they're used for. Turbo down there. But if they seize up, well, there's no blow at all. Your car is pretty much stuck where it's at. So then we keep going up to the bang part, which, if we pull off this cover here in this coil pack, down to your spark plugs, this would be maybe one of the easiest places to start, at the bang. The other blow part is going to be in the intake, which is going to be our mass airflow sensor over there, and of course the air filter. So the easy things being first, if you change the air filter, clean your mass airflow sensor. Not seeing any caca all the way down there. So now it's time to remove the coil pack here and take a look for oxidization. Yeah, there's a little bit of oxidization that does happen in between these that are not causing a good clean contact with the spark plugs. I believe the intervals for spark plugs are 60,000 miles with the factory AC Delco spark plugs. I'm not 100% sure on that. I haven't looked up the manual, so that's on me. I have been told, however, by others that if you switch to iridium plugs, you're looking at a good 100,000 miles between changes. So, problem could be, anywhere here. And again, it sucks when you don't get a code, to tell you, hey, this is what's up. So, we're just going to do some deductive reasoning and do some basic troubleshooting from back in the past, and that's why we are the Retro Garage. Alright, there's one thing I hate in this world is these goddamn T-size screws, man. I fucking hate these things. I think manufacturers put these goddamn things in because they don't want you fucking with it. Or at least it's a deterrent. Because let's face it, the common man barely nowadays has a Phillips and a flathead. So how the hell are you gonna have this? I got these. I got a shit ton of tools, but I don't have them this small. So there's a workaround. use a hex. Very simple. It goes right in the same spot. As long as it's tight enough. And just turn your socket. Simple as that. I will go by hand the rest of the way. I don't think it's absolutely necessary to yank or tug or torque the shit out of anything, especially with new cars. A lot of aluminum, a lot of damage can be caused easily. And this guy should pop right up. Did I say I did say should, right? All right, there we go. And pop. Okay. So this is what it looks like. So in your usual cars, these are the coil packs. Okay? These are coil packs. The spark plugs themselves are down there. They're a bitch. Okay? They're a bitch to get to. But you shouldn't feel defeated. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. It's just a rubber boot, which makes it look like, holy shit, I gotta take apart this engine. No, that's not the case. But you do require these little, whatever the hell these are called, these dicks. You just call them dicks, to make contacts down below with the spark plugs, which you can see right away. See the corrosion on this thing? You can see the greens there, and these need a serious cleaning. There's 4 of them, so of course, God, please don't lose them. I'm not sure how accessible these would be at like Discount Auto Parts or whatever, but you can see these are all pretty gross. And this one looks like it's got shit in it if you look at it, compared to the other ones. Free state of Florida is a very humid climate. It's not very friendly, actually very harsh. This one looks very clean, actually. Makes me think this one was changed at some point, and the other ones are factory. So now is a good time to go ahead and I'll show you. You look inside these guys, and you can. But when you look inside, these guys here should not have that green look to them. They should be clean. See that one? Beautiful, clean, right? This one kind of looks like shit, right? So does this one. Now you should be able to clean these with a wire brush. My old man, God rest his soul, he used to use lemon juice to clean them. Sometimes he would just let them sit in lemon juice for a little bit and let the citric acid do its thing. But if you look down there, those are the spark plugs, and you can see this one's beautiful, clean, and these are green. So, spark plug. There's a boot. I'm trying to see if you can see. Right there, see? So when it's time to change the spark plugs, pull the little boot out and remove as you normally would any other car. It's exactly the same. So, just for the hell of it, start from the needle nose. Whoa. That was stupid. But it is what it is. Shouldn't have used the needle nose. So now I've kind of screwed up the suction a little bit, but that's okay. To a degree, because look at the length of the tube itself when it slides down. But it is a boot. As you at least got to see it come up. Right there. Pry it off. Get your spark plugs out. It's not bad. It's not scary. It's not devilish. But the proper maintenance would call for pulling these guys out and having a good look at them. So let's go do that. Alright, your boy C does it raw. Gives it to you as it is. Your boy C fucked up the boot. You can see that tore it up. Okay? That's the other piece of the boot right there. Is what it is. I guess we're taking a trip to Discount Auto Parts. That's all good. You know, it's a toy store for men. But you can see there's your spark plug. Now these guys, okay, go right in there. You can tell they make contact with this. Go down there. Touch the spark plugs. I'm assuming this was a, call it what you will, man, cost savings. This is your coil pack. Instead of having 4 individual coil packs, you got 1 big coil pack. So I could definitely see how this seems like a good idea, and maybe it is. I don't know. Now is a good time to get your shop vac and suck all this shit out of here, and so you don't have any debris. And we're gonna pull out. We're gonna start with 1. Pull out spark plug number 1. Clean. Take a look. See what it looks like. Clean it up if we have to. But you can see clearly here. Or am I flipping this way? Hell, I don't know, man. Whatever. There they are. This one's the only one that's clean. Again, that's why I suspected this one might have been changed out. There is some recall information in regards to these cars. Something that makes me wonder if this has something to do with it. I do recall getting some kind of recall notice that it was extended for a particular reason, for just one thing. Not a recall. It's a TSB, technical service bulletin. I have to look into that. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. But we'll do the basic old school troubleshooting and go from there. Alright guys, remember how I said that spark plug 2 was beautiful? This is spark plug number 2. Look at that. See? Now the tips of the spark plugs don't look very bad. They don't look that dissimilar. They just need a little scrubbing. But look at number 1 in comparison. So number 2. Clean. Brand spanking new looks almost right. I mean, versus this guy. We can clean these. It's not horrible. But if you just look at the cylinders even, compare number 1 to number 2. Look how this one's like shiny clean. This one, not so much. I got a feeling I'm gonna find that same issue. But when you're comparing 1 to 2, 1 being the one on my left and 1 to the right, as you can see, they're pretty evenly worn, pretty evenly gapped. They're not fouled up. It's just a standard burn. If for peace of mind you want to change them out, you could. I'm assuming they're probably let me see, 1 is showing as 555-85517, and this one is 555-8517. So they're the same plugs, even though this one's got that number there. This one, whatever, but they're the same plugs. There's factory AC Delco plugs. So just a little bit of cleaning. I might have to take a little run to Discount Auto, get a new boot. This is what the boot looks like when you pull it out the right way, as opposed to eating shit like I did with the first one. But that's what it looks like, pristine. So when your plug goes in, pop this sucker right on top of it. That you kind of get the idea now when you look at it. This is what it really looks like here. These slide in there. The schmeckle goes in there that makes contact with the spark plugs. Why not just make these like Nissan or Toyota, long standard, just long tubes? I don't know, man, but that's the way they designed it. That's the way the engineers cooked it up, and that's what we're gonna work with. So that's what we're gonna work on right now. And just I'll spare you the details. I'll go ahead and just pull them out and clean them one by one. and then compare then. Alright guys, insert conspiracy theory here. 1 and 3, boots 1 and 3. 2 and 4, this is 4, which we didn't get a look at. You can still see the corrosion, right? But compared to say 3, or even 1, which we saw what 1 looked like, right? And boot 4. Maybe your boy didn't mess it up. Maybe these were changed. So again, insert your conspiracy theory. Again, I have never owned this car from day one. This was a used car. So I think for peace of mind, I'm going to take a little trip over to Discount Auto Parts. Get some fresh spark plugs, even though this one is decent, this one's great, these two are shitty. I could clean these, but look at the corrosion on this one too. Look at the rust right there. And this one looks brand new. This one looks decent. This one looks like it's getting to this point, but not quite there. And then of course we look at the schmeckles here. And the schmeckles, I mean, we know exactly which one is number 2. This one. Look. Right? We literally know exactly which one. So I grabbed my little kind of modified file here. We'll just kind of, go in and just clean these little guys out just a little bit, shop back a little bit. It's the safest way to get shit out of there. And we'll take a little trip over to Discount, get some new plugs, new boots, see if they have these. I don't know if they do. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, who knows, but I'll see if they got them. I'll buy them. Let's start fresh, let's start clean, let's do it all new. Alright guys, now we have a new problem. I'm gonna try to work with it. I know what my instinct tells me, but I'm gonna work with it for the sake of learning. But if you look at number 3 on the pack, see that crack? Now, should it matter? I guess in theory, no, because remember that this schmeckle goes into this cha-cha right here, so it does isolate the arc from the spark. But as you can see, number 4 is cracked as well. Number 2 looks perfect. Number 1 is also fine. This could simply be old age. This could be because it's, with heat, they get brittle, they break, whatever. Only time is gonna tell. My instinct says replace this part. This was probably not something I'm gonna be able to get at Discount. I'm gonna probably have to, if I'm lucky, I can order this on Amazon, maybe get it here tomorrow. I'm going to give it a shot as is and have this part in my cart for, in standby. At that point, it then becomes, well, logical to change this piece out. At least look at it this way. It's one less thing you have to worry about. It's one less thing that you know is wrong with the actual car. And then you can just eliminate this part here, the bang, and then we can worry about the suck and the blow. While we're at Discount, because I ran out, get a little bit of math cleaner there to spray it, and go from there. Now the old boots are not going to go in vain. The parts are not going in vain. As you can see, I'm missing the 2 rubber grommets here for the snorkel. So right there, and once this connects, boom. There's your new little rubber grommet for the snorkel. But I'm gonna put that over there to the side. But yeah, I'm going to just show you inside if you can see. Now that's after just giving it a little bit of sanding. When you look at number 4, number 3, here's number 2, right, which is the one that was the cleanest, right? Here's number 2, looking somewhat decent. And then here's number 1 here. You can see the green. Clearly see it there. Clean. A little bit of shit. Oops, sorry, and a little bit of shit. But this one you can clearly see the green in there. So you know you definitely had some corrosion in there, probably causing a lack of spark, or definitely causing some contact issues. I'm gonna see if I can get this part on Amazon, and you know, but now we'll take that trip to discount with the magic of video. Ta-da! Here we are. 4 brand new spark plugs, 1 brand new ignition coil. Next day delivery from Amazon. Voila! Look at how pretty that guy is. Clean. No oxidization. Take a look. Everything looks good. Out with the old, in with the new, and that's it. Alright, so let's compare old, new. These are pre-gapped, so there's no need to change them. As you can see, they're identical. These are iridium, so these were close to getting to end of life. So this should go up to 191,000 miles for this vehicle. So what do I do with this one and the other one, the clean one that I used to show the guy at the counter? Easy. It's called spare parts. As well as the boots. Remember we used the busted boots here? Look at that. You know, to sit the snorkel. Now it's gonna sit comfortably right in there. And oops. It'll connect when it wants, right? Isn't that how it always is? Okay. Put a little anti-seize. I like to use a little anti-seize, some of this stuff here. Put it right around there. Put them in. Put them nice and snug. Not tight, just snug. Remember, you don't have to tighten the shit out of them. Put our new coil, and we're good to go. It's in the same as the first, but in reverse. Alright, so there's the new coil. I did forget to mention it, but you should remember. But just in case, remember this little tab, this clicks up, and then this pushes down. So when this goes back in, it clicks, and then you push the tab in for security. But here's the new one, compared to the old one. Here, okay. It's the same 7 pins. Everything's the same. So this is done. Of course, we put the cover back on. Alright, and the only thing left to do now is start it, let those spark plugs burn in a little bit, and go for a drive, and see how she performs. Alright, let's start it up. That, of course, is because I do have 1 tire pressure sensor that's out. Looking at the idle. Idle looks good. Alright, so far so good. You know, I'll go ahead and just keep watching it. Figured the idle will drop down a little. That's normal. Probably making it a little too cold. I did forget that I have my fan blowing right on the hood while I was working, you know, to stay nice and cool. But, I mean, it's still 85 degrees here, so at the time of this recording, we are in mid-October. It's 85 degrees, so it's still pretty warm. But the idle looks good so far. It's very steady. Before, it was kind of doing one of these. So I'm just going to let this burn for a while before actually moving the car and, you know, go from there. Alright, so let's go ahead and we can just put the car in drive. Sure it's warmed up. Not going very far. Just get a good feel. You can already feel that there's definitely a more steady idle, for sure. Just giving it a quick run around the block here. Feels pretty good. Not bad. Again, just feeling definitely more of a steady idle. The car's definitely, you know, feels smoother, cleaner. I did, although I didn't think it was relevant to this post, or for the sake of trying to keep them a little bit shorter, because I do have a tendency to go long on these. I cleaned the cabin filter. Now, I have a reusable cabin filter. You can clean those either with, you know, hosing down. Some people like to use the K&N cleaner, but don't grease them with the K&N grease. Just use the K&N cleaner to clean them. I just kind of play it by eye, and it looks pretty decent, so I just go ahead and shop vac it and get all the crud off of it that way. I found a leaf inside of it, big deal. But clean that as well. And you're probably wondering, well, why didn't you change the air filter while you were at it, or at least take a look at it? Well, because that one is for a different day. And you'll see that one eventually. So everything looks good. The idle's looking steady. You can see right there. It was pretty steady before I was doing one of these. You know, it's my best imitation. I was doing one of these, and now it's pretty steady. So now it's really just a matter of taking it out for a longer trip and seeing how it performs. So that's going to be at a little bit later today.
Alright, it's been over 2 weeks and the car is running smooth. So this case is closed. This is not to say that this is going to be your fix per se, but it is definitely a fix. So always remember, like I said early on, as the great aunt from the road dealers said, remember, suck, bang, blow. Follow those principles, either suck, bang, blow, bang, suck. In that order, and you should be able to troubleshoot the issue with your car. But that's it. That's all there was to this particular episode of Seeds Retro Garage. And thank you for stopping in and taking a look. And as usual, this is your boy C coming to you from outer space in the free state of Florida, reminding you to stay safe, be kind one to another, and peace out.